Criticism of democracy is grounded in democracy's purpose, process and outcomes. Since classical antiquity and through the modern era, democracy has been associated with rule of the people, rule of the majority, and free selection or election, either through direct participation or elected representation, respectively. Political thinkers have approached critiques of democratic political systems from different perspectives. Many do not necessarily oppose democracy by its simplest definition, rule of the people, but rather seek to question or expand this popular definition. In their work, they distinguish between democratic principles that are effectively implemented through undemocratic procedures, undemocratic principles that are implemented through democratic procedures, and variations of the same kind. For instance, some critics of democracy would agree with Winston Churchill's famous remark, "No one pretends that democracy is perfect or all-wise." Indeed, it has been said that democracy is the worst form of government except all those other forms that have been tried from time to time. Other critics may be more prepared to describe existing democratic regimes as anything but rule of the people. Leading contemporary thinkers in critical democratic theory include Jürgen Habermas, Robert A. Dahl, Robert A. Gooden, Bernard Manin, Joseph Schumpeter, James S. Fishkin, Ian Shapiro, Jason Brennan, Ellen Landmore, Thomas Mulligan, and Hans Hermann Hoppe. Critics of democracy have often tried to highlight democracy's inconsistencies, paradoxes, and limits by contrasting it with other forms of governments such as epistocracy, plural voting, or autocrative alternatives. They have characterized most modern democracies as democratic polyarchies and democratic aristocracies. They have identified fascist moments in modern democracies. They have termed the societies produced by modern democracies as neo-feudal, while yet others have contrasted democracy with Nazism, anarcho-capitalism, theocracy, and absolute monarchy. The most widely known critics of democracy include Plato and the authors of the Federalist Papers, who were interested in establishing a representative democracy in the early United States instead of a direct democracy. Additional historical figures associated with the critique of democracy include Aristotle, Plato, Montesquieu, James Harrington, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Martin Heidegger, Hubert Lagardelle, Charles Morris, Friedrich Nietzsche, Carl Schmitt, Oswald Spengler, Erich von Kuenelt-Leddihn, Nicolas Gomez Davila, and Eliza Menahem Sheikh. One such argument is that the benefits of a specialized society may be compromised by democracy, as ordinary citizens are encouraged to take part in the political life of the country. They have the power to directly influence the outcome of government policies through the democratic procedures of voting, campaigning, and the use of press. The result is that government policies may be more influenced by non-specialist opinions and thereby the effectiveness compromised, especially if a policy is very technically sophisticated and or the general public inadequately informed. For example, there is no guarantee that those who campaign about the government's economic policies are themselves professional economists or academically competent in this particular discipline, regardless of whether they were well educated. Essentially, this means that a democratic government may not be providing the most good for the largest number of people. However, some have argued that this should not even be the goal of democracies because the minority could be seriously mistreated under that purported goal. The real difference between ancient democracies and modern republics lies, according to Madison, in the total exclusion of the people in their collective capacity from any share in the latter, and not in the total exclusion of the representatives of the people from the administration of the former. Bernard Manin, p. 2. Bernard Manin is interested in distinguishing modern representative republics, such as the United States, from ancient direct democracies, such as Athens. Manin believes that both aspire to rule of the people, but that the nature of modern representative republics leads them to rule of the aristocratic. Manin explains that in ancient democracies, virtually every citizen had the chance to be selected to populate the government, but in modern republics, only elites have the chance of being elected. He does not defend this phenomenon but rather seeks to describe it. Manin draws from James Harrington, Montesquieu, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau to suggest that the dominant form of government, representative as opposed to direct, is effectively aristocratic. He proposes that modern representative governments exercise political power through aristocratic elections which, in turn, brings into question democracy's rule of the people principle. As far as Montesquieu